is not me. Steve. Welcome to the show. I'm Jay. That's Steve.
Howdy, hi.
In case you're wondering why I sound annoyed, it's because the podcast app literally had me reinstall it because it was broken.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so let's get on to it with the Toonami preview read by Zap to it. Now, remember, for the next 2 weeks, Toonami is going to be movies. So, it's going to be interesting. First at midnight, it's Batman Year One. Bruce Wayne fights his new nemesis, Catwoman, while lawman James Gordon battles corruption in Gotham City. And at 1:30, Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 1. Bruce Wayne, now 55 years old, moves out of retirement to don the cape and cowl. As Batman, he fights his old enemies, the Joker and Two-Face, for the final time. Then, an old ally arrives and is looking for one last fight. Then, it's the behind-the-scenes of Rick and Morty versus the Genocider. Directed by Tower of God, director Takeshi Sano. Morty goes on an adventure to Tokyo, Japan to try and help stop the Genocider. Nothing weird happens at all. And Rick and Morty Samurai and Shogun. Rick and Morty step into an anime adventure in Samurai and Shogun, written and directed by Keiichi Sato. And those are your... And I believe they said that Toonami is going to 4 a.m. For these nights. So, on Gemassecho Machu Picchu, Makasu arrives in South America and struggles with memories of his grandfather's mental decline before learning humility from his new mentor, the god of tennis, and the heroes try to avoid the Interpol spiritual crime division's detective, Bendy Rivers. That is your Toonami preview about to be Zap to it. And out to Steve for the rest.
Alright, gracias there, amigo. How y'all doing? Welcome, one and all. Here we go, and yes, friends, it had to happen, and it has. AEW has decided that, well, they're going to be saying adios to a couple of folk. There have been speculation on AEW releasing Sadie Gibbs, Jimmy Havoc, and B. Priestley after their profiles were removed from the official AEW roster. Gibbs confirmed her departure on Twitter. Now, F4W Online has confirmed the other two departures. Priestley signed with AEW in February 2019 after turning down a WWE offer. She debuted at Fight for the Fallen on July 13th of last year, teaming with Shoko Nakajima to defeat Riho and Britt Baker. Priestley wrestled on the March 11th Dynamite episode, teaming with Nyla Rose to defeat Chris Statlander and current Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida. It looked as if she was about to enter into a feud with Rose. AEW issued a statement on Havoc back in June after a woman named Rebecca Crow, who bills herself on Twitter as an international stage performer and adult content creator, used the hashtag Speaking Out movement to accuse him of physical and mental abuse while they dated and counseling in an effort to overcome the mental health and substance abuse challenge is in his life. Having signed with AEW in February 2019 and debuted in the 2019 Double or Nothing pre-show Battle Royale on May 25th, he last wrestled on the June 17th Dynamite episode, teaming with Kip Sabian for a loss to the Young Bucks. Havoc, Priestley, and Gibbs are all from the United Kingdom. Stay tuned for updates on what happens to these three in the future. The future. Speaking of AEW, a little backstage notation we give to you tonight. Sorry, part of last night's Tag Team Appreciation Night on AEW Dynamite, Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page defended their tag titles successfully against Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. The ending saw Page and Omega deliver a last call, the V-Trigger Buckshot Lariat combo to Jungle Boy before getting the pinfall. AEW apparently has bigger things in store for Jungle Boy in the future. The company is reportedly waiting until fans can return to live shows to give Jungle Boy a major victory in the company, according to, and let's say it, Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio, which only means one thing: take it with a grain of salt. Jungle Boy has been a part of major singles feuds in the past, despite being affiliated with Jurassic Express. However, the AEW star has either suffered a loss or brought the bout to a draw in the major singles matches he's been a part of. This includes his unsuccessful attempt at capturing the TNT title from Cody, his losses to MJF, and the match against Chris Jericho that ended in a draw. Jungle Boy signed with AEW when the company was first starting in January 2019. He made his in-ring debut for the company at the inaugural pay-per-view event, Double or Nothing, on May 25th that same year. Backstage, Jungle Boy has said in the past that he tries to keep the atmosphere in AEW as fun as possible so that the morale stays positive. He believes that this is a responsibility of sorts. Quote, "I try to make it my responsibility to keep the locker room as fun as possible. I get into trouble sometimes for yelling. I'm just trying to boost everyone's morale, keep everyone excited, but I've had a talking to before. It was a warning." Ooh. So, hey, they need a leader. They got him. They got him. They just got to know what to do with him, and I think he does. Okay, folks. Let's keep going on this fun-filled fiesta here. And boop. Boop. Okay. Over here. If you noticed last night on the SmackDown show on Fox, it had a TV-14 rating, which got a lot of people wondering, are they starting to do this, are they starting to go back to this Attitude Era? Well, as we said at the beginning of last night's SmackDown, fans may have noticed a slight change from the usual WWE TV rating. Going back to July of 2008, WWE made the move to have its TV programming become predominantly PG, but last night's show was rated TV-14. We'll have to wait till next Friday to see if that rating remains the same for the Blue brand, but it's fair to say WWE is looking to shake things up as ratings have declined for both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown throughout 2020. As noted, WWE is saying bye-bye to the Performance Center and is headed to the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida to give a new venue for fans to check out since the COVID-19 pandemic took hold. As you know, they have held their shows at the Performance Center. WWE has also confirmed next Friday's SummerSlam Go Home episode of SmackDown will be live and, not at the Performance Center. By the way, the TV rating that they got is TV-14 DLSV. Ooh. One more time. Ooh. Oh, yes. Ooh, them people. Now, there's one other question that everybody wants to know from the WWE. Hey, is you guys going to bring back that there Saturday night's main event? Well, on August 11th, WWE filed to trademark Saturday night's main event in a possible move to bring the show back. The name was filed under 4 different goods and services categories that includes items like pre-record media, graphics, and music via a global computer network and wireless devices, photos, toys, and clothing. Now, premiering back in 1985. The show aired on NBC till 1991, then twice on Fox in 92. It was then revived for 5 episodes on NBC in 2006 until 2008. Over the spring and summer, Wrestling Inc. President Raj Giri, Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso, and Jesse Collins did live watch-alongs of Saturday night's main event from 87 and 88. The videos are, of course, on their website, WrestlingInc.com. And below is the full list of different goods and services that WWE filed the Saturday night's main event trademark under. Good GNS, downloadable ringtones, graphics and music via global computer network, wireless devices, decorative refrigerator magnets, video and computer game tapes, video and computer game disc, video and computer game cassettes, video and computer game cartridges, video and computer game CD-ROMs, video output games, machines for use with televisions, video and computer game software, cinematographic and television films, namely motion picture films in the nature of sports entertainment, pre-recorded phonograph records, pre-recorded compact discs, pre-recorded videotapes, pre-recorded video cassette tapes, pre-recorded DVDs, and pre-recorded audio cassettes, all featuring sports entertainment, interactive video game programming, and computer game cartridges, mouse pads, disposable cameras, sunglasses, sunglass cases, prescription glasses, and optical cases, namely cases for spectacles and sunglasses, walkie-talkies, protective helmets, sports helmets, cardboard and paper hang tags, packaging, namely blister cards, paper for wrapping and packaging, collector's items for sticker collectibles, stickers, sticker albums, collectible photos, photo albums, photographs, framed pictures, labels, namely printed paper labels, folders, paper placemats, paper table mats, paper napkins, paper tablecloths, paper table linens, paper lunch bags, postcards, greeting cards, pictures, calendars, posters, decals, temporary tattoo transfers, trading cards, brochures, magazines, and newspapers concerning sports entertainment, coloring books, children's activity books, souvenir programs concerning sports entertainment, books considering sports entertainment, books featuring pictorial biographies, comic books, picture books, book covers, paper book markers, notebooks, memo pads, notepads, date books, address books, agenda books, markers, pens, pencils, calendars, pencil sharpeners, pencil cases, rubber stamps, stamp pads, chalks, paper banners, printed paper signs for doors, drawing rulers, erasers, rubber erasers, chalk erasers, blackboard erasers, bumper stickers, window decals, lithographs, paper party bags, paper party favors, stencils for tracing designs onto paper, paper gift wrap, paper cake decorations, paper, stationery, indoor ornaments of paper. Clothing, namely tops, skirts, jackets, sweatshirts, hoodies, outwear, namely coats, bottoms, pants, shorts, underwear, dresses, pajamas, lingerie, or lingerie for those of you down south. Clothing, ties, scarves, gloves, swimwear, Halloween and masquerade costumes, footwear, namely shoes, sneakers, slippers, flip-flops, boots, headwear, namely hats, caps, wristbands, bandanas. Toys, namely action figures, accessories, therefore dolls, cases for action figures, toy wrestling rings, toy vehicles, board games, handheld units for playing electronic game other than those adopted for use with electronic display, screen, or monitor, tabletop action, skill games, playing cards, puzzles, stuffed toys, plush toys, toy belts, knee and elbow pads for athletic use, toy foam hands, costume mask, novelty face mask, Christmas tree decorations, and a partridge in a pear tree. Hoy. That's a whole buttload of stuff right there. Mm-hmm. Does Daniel Bryan want to join Twitch? You may ask that question. Well, I just did. So here we go. WWE Network News is reporting a new WWE Untold featuring a look at Bayley versus Sasha Banks in NXT is set to air on the WWE Network Saturday, August 22nd around 10 p.m. Also, Best of Evolve featuring Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee each dropped today on the network. Earlier this week, it was announced more indie content was headed to the WWE Network. And gee, I wonder if Captain Ed... Nah. Daniel Bryan isn't much of a gamer, but after watching Brie Bella play UFC 4 on ESPN2, he is thinking about starting up his own Twitch channel. I haven't played video games since the original Nintendo, but I just watched my wife play UFC 4 on ESPN2 and was so inspired I'm starting my own Twitch. Renee Young chimed in, not thrilled with Brian ditching his previous favorite platform, Tout, a social media company WWE previously was invested in. Wow, just abandoning your loyalty to Tout, huh? You're their brand ambassador, Young wrote. Oh, I thought Tout had morphed into Twitch, and that's why the kids love it so much, Brian responded. Is Twitch not Tout? Oh, to do our day. And their latest tweet has Daniel Bryan saying, here it is, the very first episode of Smacking Talk exclusively on Tout featuring Renee Young and WWE Gable. Very big news breaking on this show. And thousands of good stuff. Okay, let's get to some more latest news before we hit the entertainment scene. By the way, you guys see Sasha Banks in her new lingerie photo. As she shares her vibe in new lingerie photo. Ooh. All right. Bruce Pritchard names which current WWE title is his least favorite belt design. Oh, I can't wait to find out. Well, he's been in the wrestling industry for over 30 years, Bruce Pritchard has, and spent most of that time with WWE. Today, he is the executive director of Raw and SmackDown, while also co-hosting a podcast with the Podfather, Conrad Thompson. With his vast experience in pro wrestling, Pritchard was asked what his least favorite title belt of all time is on Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. Pritchard said this. As far as the concept, the six-man tag team championships were just created for the Von Erichs and the Freebirds. It was just silly, design-wise. When Thompson suggested the spinner belt, Pritchard noted that the belt was excellent. The spinner was effing excellent, man. I probably have to say the tag team championship belts are now in the WWE. Thompson asked, so did you like them when they were copper or bronze? Pritchard said, copper penny. I hated them. I hated the design. Really hated the copper penny look. I'll give you another one. The Southwest Tag Team Championship, San Antonio Southwest Championship Wrestling. Those were the most god-awful championship belts of all time. Their Southwest title was the drizzling bleep. It was a Mickey Mouse-looking belt, but the tag team titles were the lamest ever in the history of championship belts. Now, Pritchard says he loves, and I think he had the brain in mind when he said this, so take it for what it's worth. He loves the 24/7 championship, and he was then asked if the new U.S. title needed some blue paint added to it near the stars up top. Pritchard said, subjective. I think it would have made it pop. If I was doing it, then I probably would have done that, but I like it. I like the three-dimensional aspect of it. He also added that he likes the new U.S. title more than the old one. Bruce also mentioned how he has not seen the unfinished version of AEW's TNT Championship in order to give his opinion on it. By the way, the finished product, excelente. Primo excelente. Okay, a couple more things before we hit the entertainment newts. There has been a stipulation added to the WWE SummerSlam match. Would you like to hear that? Yes, I would. Okay, then, let's hear it. WWE announced today that Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio at SummerSlam is now a street fight. On Monday's Raw, Rollins told Dominic he wouldn't last 10 seconds in the ring with him if it was a regular match, and said Dominic could bring weapons to the event to even things out. Well, now it looks like Rollins will be able to use whatever he likes with this new stip being added to the bout. SummerSlam, of course, takes place on August 23rd at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, more than likely, although WWE is yet to officially announce a location. Here's the updated card, and we begin bottom up. Street fight, Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio. Hair versus hair match, Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville. WWE U.S. Championship match, Apollo Crews, the champion, takes on MVP. WWE Raw Tag Team Championships, the Street Profits champions, Andrade and Angel Garza with Zelina Vega. The WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, the champion Bayley takes on Asuka. The WWE Raw Women's Championship, Sasha Banks, the champion, well, she also takes on Asuka. WWE Universal Championship, the champion Braun Strowman takes on Bray Wyatt. I think we know how that's going to end. And the big one, the WWE Championship, champion Drew McIntyre takes on the Viper, Randy Orton. So, there you go on that one. Let's give you a little deadline news from the fun-filled party capital of the world, Hollyweird. That's right. Hollyweird. Where men are men, women are women, and casting couches still remain. And we do have a couple of breaking news stories. Len Amato exits as president of HBO Films, miniseries, and Cinemax. I think maybe he misses the Skinemax bits. Vancouver production to restart as British Columbia unions reach agreements with Sony Pictures TV and Disney TV studios. And Apple wins an auction for an Africa set spy romance with Idris Elba, who produces with Simon Kinberg and Audrey Chong. Okay, let's get going here. Disney's taking more strides towards LGBTQ plus representation with the bisexual lead character of The Owl House. Series creator Dana Terrace spoke about her Disney Channel series on Twitter, confirming that the lead character, Luz Nocida, is bisexual. Terrace, who is also bisexual, says she intends to reflect her own personal... Yes, 13 seconds. Okay, I know. Doodar day. Come on. I know I'll be redirected back to the article. Hate these little mental commission breaks. Okay, let's get to it, shall we? She intended to reflect her own personal experiences in the animated series and was very open during the developmental process about featuring lead characters who are, and this is the word they use, so please don't write or hate, queer. I am a horrible liar, so sneaking it in would have been hard, she tweeted. When we were greenlit, I was told by certain Disney leadership that I could not represent any form of bi or gay relationship on the channel. But even despite some Disney figures' hesitation, The Owl House went on to feature a queer character as its lead. The Disney Channel show follows 14-year-old Luz, L-U-Z, who seeks to become a witch despite her lack of magical abilities. Luz is also Dominican American, while Terrace also shared she does not and will never fully align with Disney as a company. She thanks the executives behind the scenes who allowed for the network's milestone moment. The Owl House sees Sarah Nicole Robles voice the titular character as Wendy Malick, Gravity Falls as Alex Hirsch, and Tati Gabrielle, Isaac Ryan Brown, and Mae Whitman round out the cast. The series, produced by Disney Television Animation, premiered on the Disney Channel in January. It's not bad. I applaud. I applaud with fervent respect. Whoops. Thank you very much. Ryan Reynolds and Seth Rogen answered British Columbia Premier's call for help to urge younger citizens to stop partying. That's right. In an attempt to get teenagers and younger British Columbia citizens to stay at home amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Thank you very much. It's safe to do this. BC Premier John Horgan enlisted some of Hollywood's most notable Canadians for help, Ryan Reynolds and Seth Rogen. On Thursday, Premier Horgan posted a tweet to his official page reaching out to the movie stars. And while Rogen and Reynolds did not immediately respond to the premier's call for aid, the two actors took to their own Twitter accounts to be of help. On Friday, the Deadpool star and the creator and one of the producers of Don't, the ABC hit game show, left a voicemail for Horgan. Young folk in BC, they're partying, which is, of course, dangerous. They probably don't know that thousands of young people are just getting sick from coronavirus. They're also dying from it, too, he said. Reynolds went on to speak about how COVID-19 also affects the older generation of British Columbia, shouting out an academic David Suzuki and his mother. He said that if the partying youth of BC can just stay home, his mother and Suzuki can go out and enjoy their pre-lockdown pastimes. American Pickle star Seth Rogen replied to Horgan's request Saturday, posting a PSA on Twitter. The comedian urged not only younger people, but the entire BC instead to avoid large gatherings, noting that the virus hasn't quite disappeared yet. Rogen then offered a substitute to barbecues and parties. He tweeted, quote, "It's more fun to hang out alone and smoke weed and watch movies and TV shows anyway. Do that instead." I love Seth Rogen. Someone has to. Okay. And one more little bit of trendation. And, well, let's do this here. Okay, which one are we going? Yeah. Meghan Markle blames toxicity of journalism from inability to truly find freedom. Wow. That's just wow. And that's your Deadline report. And that's the whole ball of wax this week, Brain. I think we done good, sir.
Thank you for listening. See you next time.
Yep, this has been a presentation of Brain Scan Entertainment in association with what's it called? Mystifying Creativity Productions for Spreaker.
We're out.